Somebody that's kind of representing the youth here. He's also a psychotherapist. So please put your hands together, everyone, for Tiny as he makes his way out and give us a talk about the youth and how they see things and whatnot. Thank you, Tiny.
Hello, everyone. Hello. There are a lot of respectable people here. Even all protocols observed. I wasn't really planning on saying much today. This was very impromptu. I think Shepard mentioned to me earlier on when he just arrived that they're looking for people to share more. And I thought, after hearing some people speak and everything, I thought I would maybe might shed a light on a few things that I feel like maybe would be very important for others that were not part of the program. First and foremost, what I'm going to share here today is not based upon any professional information. It's just based upon some observations that I've made and some of the situations that I've been in as a youth and as an ex-member of the youth within the Zimbabwean community. I came here to Australia in 2020 as a student studying. Unfortunately enough, I had family that I was staying with, and I had people to guide me around to show me different parts of Australia. I'd like to believe in the years that I've been here, I've managed to make a lot of friends and a lot of acquaintances. But one thing about modest congregation is a very good friend of mine as well. Some of the things that I just wanted to talk about, Steve mentioned something that really got to me, and I thought maybe I would want to go deeper on it a bit. He mentioned like how people were focusing on chasing certain goals, and how at some point he had a lot of goals that like he was trying to achieve, like when he spoke about building a house and everything. And I think this is a very common problem that we have as the youth in our generation. Stephen touched a bit of light on the issue of social media. And talking from someone who's a youth, there's been a lot that's been happening when it comes to the goals that people want to achieve, anything related to social media. When we look at back in the day, our life was very much limited to those who are around us and what we could see going on in the neighborhood next to us. Nowadays, I can easily see what's going on in America, what someone has done right now. You know, if you're young in Australia, like you can post something and someone in Zimbabwe will know, oh, this is what they're doing in Australia. And for someone who's seeing it through social media, they might be like, oh wow, I want to do that, I want to achieve that. But they do not know at what cost did that come at. Most people are looking at things and not really looking at the cost of what it takes to be there. And unfortunately, social media only shows us the glimpse and the glance. No one is ever going to come up front and able to shake the struggle that they're facing each and every day. And it's become a place where most people tend to want to cover their struggles more and only try to show the good side. And eventually, we tend to see that at times with all that pressure, when it bursts, is uncontrollable. I wanted to talk about how everyone who's come here is shaped their own perspective on dealing with situations. And I think it's very important for us to realize as human beings that we are all different individuals, right? The way we look at things and the way that we might cope the situation is different depending on how we were brought up and how we understand life. we always used to talk about this when I was still studying, like, for each and every problem, someone reacts to it differently. That's why people go for therapy. You know, I might lose my phone and I'll start panicking. Someone might look at me and be like, why is he panicking about losing the phone? But only I know the relationship maybe that I have with that, whatever that's happening at that moment. And I think as society, we haven't, that's one of the reasons why mental health has become more of like a struggle to try and understand at times, because at times people struggle to see each other from where they're coming from. And that's where therapy comes in. I just wanted to highlight, like, I think my main focus on this was, I wanted us to take some time where we are, as all of us as all individuals, to ask ourselves some questions about ourselves. And I think if we can try to look at that, I feel like it might be helpful for us.
Yes.
We all talk about mental health, we all talk about how we want to be better people, like mentally and everything. But how many of us have ever taken a step to actually find someone that we talk to, or that we actually go to and share our problems with? There's so many stigma that's been put around mental health within our community. And it makes it very difficult, especially for us as men, to share about what we're going through. And as an individual, what are you doing to support those who are around you when they're facing difficulties? We can talk about, okay, we're young, we're supporting each other and everything. But after we leave here, what are you doing? Your part. Shelly spoke about being the wage. That wage doesn't necessarily only mean just being the. Let's take what we learn and let's put it into consideration when we're dealing with people out there. May what we learn make an impact in our lives and allow us to see things a lot more differently. Let's not be as judgmental and let's be people that let us be people that people can come to and share with and not feel judged and be able to talk. Some of us are young. I know not everyone knows young, but it would be very nice if you're in a community where people can actually talk and actually share whatever they're going through without feeling the embarrassment that comes with, okay, I went through this, but I can't share it with anyone. And we are talking about Emmanuel. One of the things that I always used to, me and Emmanuel, for the small time that I knew him, and the time that we were friends, one of the things that we used to get along about was the sharing of memories and being able to talk about some of the struggles that we faced as learning and mission schools, and how life is not different. And most of the times when we see those mostly nostalgic moments, sharing the moments that made us born. And I feel like let's create platforms that allow ourselves to actually have conversations with each other, maybe with our friends and maybe with our family. Can we try to create better relationships amongst ourselves? For us as the young people, or as men, or where we are, can we try to foster that love within our friendships and try our best. I'm trying to find the right word. I was about to speak in short, but can we try create relationships that are not fake in a way? Do not pretend to be a nice person coming here and saying we're doing mental health and then go behind and be like, that person is going through this and that, it's going to get out of here. This is supposed to be a space that helps people grow. And no one is supposed to feel attacked when they talk or feel like they're being judged. Let's foster that in everything that we do. And yeah, I think if we work on our relationships with individuals, I feel like we can definitely help those around us as well. It's very important for us to understand that you can't help someone else if you don't help yourself first. It starts from yourself. You can't expect yourself to be a better person or even be a better parent or maybe understand what your children are going through if you do not understand what you are going through on your own. Because some of those things come from generations of which you do not even understand, but we need to take time to do with what everyone is going through personally before we start trying to think we can change everything on. Let's take time with ourselves, let's prioritize our mental health. It is very sad. We all know the statistics. I think it's a broken record that men commit no suicide because we do not want to talk. Which is a shame that we keep on saying the same thing over and over again and nothing changes. It's also very much, I feel very angry when I think of the fact that it took man losing his life for us to be here and to actually talk about mental health. I've been here for 6 years. I've never had mental health talk. And man was the first one to die. There have been people who died and we just talk about it in social gatherings like, he passed away, he took his own life. What are we doing? What are we doing to help each other? Let's create communities. Let's be there for each other. As Africans, unfortunately, my older brother, Kunda Nataligo, once told me something like which really got to me recently. He's like, if you look at how Africa is structured right now, you look at places like Riverlea or Virginia. Let's create a community where like the Indian families stay close to each other and they can share the same problems. If you're going through something, if you want to talk to your neighbor, they will understand you because you've got something, you've got like you should say background. We don't have that as Africans. We are all in different places and we're all facing different problems without being able to share with someone else. Let's create a places where we can actually foster good relationships and be there for each other. That's all, thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you for your work.